Hello, my name is Aiden.
And my name is Katelyn. Today we'll be discussing advocacy for people with muscular dystrophy. There are several types of muscular dystrophy: congenital, distal, Emery-Dreifuss, facioscapulohumeral, limb girdle, myotonic, oculopharyngeal, Becker, and Duchenne. Duchenne muscular dystrophy, abbreviated DMD, is the most common form that affects 1 in 10,000 boys and is the focus of our class.
So DMD is caused by the absence of dystrophin, which is a protein responsible for connecting the cytoskeletons of a muscle fiber to the surrounding extracellular matrix through the cell membrane.
DMD symptoms onset between the ages of 3 and 5, with the main symptom being progressive muscle wasting, otherwise known as muscular atrophy. DMD is caused by an X-linked recessive genetic mutation, which means DMD primarily affects boys, and in rare cases, girls. Currently, there's no known cure for DMD. However, there are drugs which can be used to increase the quality of life, such as corticosteroids, which help improve muscle strength and function, physical therapy, brace and wheelchairs, and respiratory support.
While we have covered the genetic cause, clinical considerations, and novel therapeutic methods to treat DMD in class, we have yet to hear about the personal side of DMD, the day-to-day living experience of having DMD, as well as the advocacy groups who fight for the rights of DMD patients. Thus, we wanted to interview someone with DMD to gain more insight. Furthermore, advocacy groups for muscular dystrophy are only briefly mentioned in class. Thus, as a goal for our interview, we sought to learn how to become better advocates for the DMD community. Fortunately, we had the opportunity to speak with the perfect candidate, Mike Riley.
We had the opportunity to talk with Mike, who has DMD, after coming across his YouTube channel, centered around his shaving cream challenge. I'm sure you have heard of the Ice Bucket Challenge, which raised awareness for ALS, which is a progressive neurodegenerative disease in which the ability to initiate and control muscle movement is lost, which garnered support from millions of people. Well, Mike created his own challenge to raise awareness for all types of muscular dystrophy. We'll let Mike elaborate more on this in his interview, but stay tuned to see us do the shaving cream challenge and who we decide to challenge next.
We hope to follow the interview and have it shed light on the daily life and experience of someone who has muscular dystrophy, as well as to how to spread awareness and be an effective advocate for those affected by it.
Before we begin, Mike asked if we can conduct our interview via text chat, as he says it's difficult to understand him when he speaks. But he has allowed us to incorporate some of his videos into ours. So thank you, Mike. Let's begin.
When Mike was born, he seemed just like any other baby, but over the first few years, I noticed he was having a hard time doing things most children his age could do, like standing up. When he was 3 years old, his doctors ran several tests to see what was wrong and eventually diagnosed him with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Over the next few years, Mike was able to walk, but I could see as he got older, it became more and more difficult for him until he was 10 and finally lost his ability to walk because his leg muscles could not support him anymore, and from there he was confined to an electric wheelchair. In the years since, Mike has lost most of the use of his body and he needs a machine to help him breathe. He also now has a stomach tube to help with eating because the MD also affects his swallowing, but he can also still eat regularly through the mouth. Mike has been admitted to the hospital several times throughout their life due to various operations and respiratory issues caused by the MD. Despite everything Mike has been through in his life, he's probably the happiest, most optimistic person I've ever met. Right, Mike?
Yeah.
One of the goals of our class is to raise awareness for DMD and educate the public on what it is. So when parents of children with DMD tell their friends and families about their diagnosis, everyone will understand what it really means and be more supportive. Although DMD only affects a small portion of boys, it is still one of the most prevalent genetic diseases and has received over $30 million per year in funding from the NIH for research. And throughout our research with Mike, we were able to discover problems in society that make it difficult for people with muscular dystrophy to be integrated. But we were also able to benefit from learning what can be improved, such as ramps for better accessibility, and also improving air travel and public transportation accessibility.
The advocacy group that Mike mentioned was the Muscular Dystrophy Association, or MDA, which is a non-profit health agency dedicated to curing muscular dystrophy, ALS, and related diseases by funding worldwide research. Please donate to this organization to help with finding a cure and treatments for all types of muscular dystrophy at www.mda.donordrive.com and search for Mike Riley to find his feet and shaving cream for muscular dystrophy awareness. We hope our video serves to reveal a new perspective on DMD. Also, we want to challenge our TAs Felicia and Joe and our professor Ronnie Cho to complete the shaving cream challenge. Finally, we would again like to thank Mike for allowing us to interview him and sharing his challenge with us.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Aiden Sue, and I am taking part of Mike Riley's shaving cream challenge in order to raise awareness for muscular dystrophy. And so all you have to do is put your feet into shaving cream, and that's the challenge.
Hi, this is Katelyn Spilman from California. In honor of Mike Riley, I'm taking part in the Muscular Dystrophy Shaving Cream Challenge to help raise awareness for all forms of muscular dystrophy. The challenge is simple. Either put your bare feet in shaving cream or make a donation to mda.org. Alright, here goes nothing. Woo! Woo! Yeah, that feels good. Whoa. Bye.